yeah. Fire, fire, yeah. How internet brain rot destroyed Gen Alpha? Did Gen Alpha get destroyed, or were they just spawn camped? Holy shit, it's loud.
We cannot raise a generation of kids that are this tuned out, that are this rude, that are this violent.
Violent?
They are still.
What do you mean violent? Yes, I turned off alerts. Spawn cammed? I think it's a issue of both, man. I think poor parenting and also getting spawn camped by iPads.
Performing on the 4th grade level.
People have been sharing videos of their children literally having meltdowns after taking the iPad away from them.
What's wrong?
I want an iPad. I really want an iPad.
I don't want to... Okay, I'm gonna say it, fuck it. Chat, I'm gonna say it. I think it's poor parenting. Poor parenting as a good, like, majority of it. Yeah, a majority of it is poor parenting. Of course, technology doesn't help. I'm not saying that you kind of didn't get fricked over as a kid because you had internet and iPhones and iPads readily available, because even me growing up, I didn't get a phone until probably, like, what, 13 or 14? And even then, my parents restricted it, so I guess that's good parenting, because they did restrict it a lot.
As a 12-year-old, the internet taught me too many things I shouldn't know. It has completely ruined me, and I have serious mental health issues.
Oh my
this
God.
is just one of the many
What?
horror stories about brain rot destroying Generation Alpha. It's gotten so bad that the Oxford Dictionary made brain rot the 2024 word of the year. But although everyone is complaining
Good.
about brain rot, most people still don't understand what it is exactly or how much damage it's causing. Today, we'll break it down like never before and show with proof how brain rot is destroying an entire generation. So my goal this year is to give you guys double the amount of videos without sacrificing quality. And to do that, we gotta keep growing. So 75% of you guys aren't subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you did. And I promise to give you more fire content.
Let's go.
The disturbing rise of brain rot. Brain rot is the idea that exposure to certain content can turn you into an idiot. It's based on the belief that the internet is rotting the brains of kids who spend too much time.
Oh my God. Is he playing Minecraft and swiping on the phone of shorts? This guy's min-maxing brain rot. Oh my God.
I'm watching videos online.
Gen
No
Alpha content
shot.
shows the most incoherent brain dead I've ever seen in my life, okay? Like, I can physically feel my brain cells frying every second I spend watching them.
But
Okay, to be fair, YouTube Poop, back in like 2000, I want to say 8, did the exact same thing. It's become way more prevalent, I'm not gonna lie. For sure, I think there was brain rot content before, but it was an art. Yeah, I think it was a niche thing. Now it's way more, what is it called? Распространённое. I don't know how to say it in English. Like, it's more, oh, mainstream. Yeah, mainstream, or like, God, I forgot what the word was, but you know what I'm saying, like mainstream, basically.
this isn't just some theory. A mom saw it happen to her
Prevalent,
own
yeah.
sons. When the boys were toddlers, she would play videos on her iPad to keep them calm and entertained. It worked so well.
Yeah, and then you train the kid's brain to be calm and entertained when you're watching YouTube. Like, my parents didn't sit me in front of the TV for, 5 hours a day. They made me go outside.
That she started calling the iPad peace in a pocket.
Sometimes you have an important phone call, or you've got a parent-teacher interview or whatever that you just can't be interrupted in, and it's so easy. It's peace in a pocket.
But that peace didn't last. By the time her sons were 9 and 7, they were exhibiting disturbing behavior. The boys didn't want to do anything except watch videos online and play games. They didn't even want to go to school or do homework. And when she tried to take the screens away, this happened.
And they would become sort of aggressive and throw tantrums and that sort of thing if they'd played for ages and ages.
And this is what the problem is. Again, it always circles back to, like, Karens being bad at parenting. Oh no, it makes me uncomfortable to say no to Timmy. Fuck, man. I didn't regulate their screen time, and then I just gave them their iPads for like 10 hours a day. Oh no. You don't want to know what happened when I I played on my Game Boy Advance and my Nintendo DS when I was a kid, and I played it a lot. My parents literally hid it from me, and I had to go outside. I didn't throw tantrums because I knew better. Because you know what would happen? Big Papa Fox would stand over me and be like, "Go outside, kiddo. Yeah, go outside. There's better things to do than play on your Game Boy all day." Like, I loved going outside, but I loved Pokemon more, man. And my dad stared at me. He'd be like, "Your mom hit the Game Boy." And they always called it a Game Boy no matter what. Even when it became a DS, they would still call it a Game Boy. My dad would loom over me and be like, "You can't have it right now. You have to go outside and play with your friends."
Ended her story with a warning for other parents.
There is something about it that changes their brain.
And she was absolutely right. Researchers found that too much screen time physically changes kids' brains.
Yes.
One result that keeps showing up, parts of the brain related to reading, language, and decision-making are often weaker in kids who have more screen time.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. What do you mean? You have this content that has no reading involved. All you have to do is press swipe to get to the next piece of content or whatever, depending on what you're doing. What was the last one? Reading language? Yeah, language is also devolved as well. Yeah, short form language content.
And decision-making are often weaker in kids who have more screen time.
This shrinking of the brain is what we call brain rot. And by the time parents notice, it's already too late.
What's wrong?
No!
I want an iPad.
I want my iPad. I want my smoke stream. I want my comp now.
One mom shared a story about her 7-year-old daughter who got an iPad for Christmas. No one realized how addicted this girl was until her birthday party. The house was full of guests, presents, and cake, but none of it mattered. The girl did not talk to any children invited and spent the entire party playing Roblox on her iPad.
That's crazy, man. That's addiction. Yeah, like drug addicts do this. They don't care about food, water, or taking care of their children or for human interaction. You're actually like full blown addicted to like heroin, but like in an iPad.
Generation Alpha is defined as those born from 2010 to 2024. From the moment they could hold one, these kids had iPads in their hands. That's why they've been hit the hardest by brain rot.
She knew exactly how to start it up. She knew from the get-go.
Yeah, because you taught it to them, probably, if I had to wager a guess.
The moment she wakes up, Violet Bolton can't wait to get on her iPad.
There are about 2 billion Gen Alphas living in the world. What happens when these brain rot kids step into the real world? iPad kids.
They can't function.
Studies show that kids who spend too much time online are more defiant and rude to their parents. A perfect example of this happened on a flight from Germany in August 2017. A mother and her child boarded the plane, and right away, you could tell this was an iPad kid. The moment they sat down, the mother asked the flight attendant to turn on the Wi-Fi so her child could use their iPad. We don't know if the Wi-Fi was turned on or not, but as soon as the plane took off, all hell broke loose.
The passengers describe an 8-hour flight from hell with non-stop and nerve-jangling screaming and fussing.
I would crash the fuck out. I swear. For 8 hours? Look, I've been in an airplane before, and like, I try to be considerate of people with kids. But at the same time, I don't think I could handle it for 8 hours. Like, they usually stop after like 30 minutes. Like, my limit is probably an hour if I had to take a guess.
They even covered their ears to drown out the 3-year-old.
No matter what anyone did, the child wouldn't calm down.
He was climbing all over the chairs. He was just screaming, would not let up. He was running up and down the aisles.
Some people say the solution.
Someone should have tripped him and made him land on his face. Yeah, I said it. Running up and down, I'd just be like, oh, oops, oh, I'm sorry, I was standing up.
Is simple. Punish the kid, spank them, take away their devices. But what happens when the kid isn't small anymore? Like this 15-year-old Gen Alpha boy who is 6 feet tall and 270 pounds.
I I'd win.
In September 2022, his mom allegedly took away his phone as punishment. In retaliation, he destroyed the entire house.
You send him to military school. Literally, like these people are like, no, my child is being horrible and disrespecting me. Send him to military school.
Here.
Bro, he's the Hulk. He lifted up the fridge. Bro, I've never been so mad at my life that I thought I could be capable of lifting up a fridge. 270 and 15? Yeah, he's a big boy. He gets a lot of Big Macs.
Desperate for help, his mother started a GoFundMe to raise money for repairs.
Mistake number one. You should have raised military to send him to military school. That's a mistake. Yeah, why are you okay, fundraising for your house? Okay, like that's kind of like cringe, but like I think it would have been better if they had it raised for military school. Yeah. He broke the countertop. Yeah, he like smashed it probably with like an object.
But when people started criticizing her son for being spoiled, she tried to change the story. She posted another video saying her son was mentally ill and that his meltdown wasn't over a phone, but the internet wasn't buying it. They thought she was only saying that so more people could feel sorry for her and donate. But this kind of aggression from kids is everywhere now, even in schools.
I've had a student throw chairs at me and shoes because I asked them to get their math book out, but they didn't want to.
Nothing.
I heard of a TikTok actually kind of similar. It was a full-blown special needs kid that could only be placated through iPads. And the parents basically, whenever he came home from school, they just give him his iPad and they basically conditioned him to only have his iPad. And when they tried to take it away from school, in the special ed school, with the special ed teachers who are trained to deal with special ed's kids, he threw a fit and almost like fucking smashed the teacher's skull in half. Yeah. And then they tried to blame the teachers in the school for it. And then the school was like, no, we're gonna countersue you and say that it's your fault you conditioned him like this because we're the ones trying to take it away for 8 hours at school. And when he goes home and you just immediately give him what he wants, you're just undoing all the work that we did. Yeah, look it up. It's like an actual TikTok, and it was like a woman talking about it. I think she was one of the teachers or like the staff that worked there. It's so sad.
It triggers aggression faster than a parent taking away the iPad.
What? What's gonna happen?
I dare you.
What's gonna happen?
I dare you! Bro, this is the type of shit my mom and dad would say. It's like, come here. I dare you. I dare you to talk back to me. This little kid is the parent. What is this? If I said that to my mom and dad, I'd be like sleeping outside in a dog kennel. What the hell?
I dare you.
People have been sharing videos of their children literally having meltdowns after taking the iPad away from them. I mean, this one is literally picking up a chair to throw it.
But Gen Alpha kids who aren't
I would block that chair and clock him. Holy! You throw a chair at me? It's fair game! What the frick?
out are facing a different emotional problem, depression. In 2021, researchers found that high school kids who spend too much time on TikTok experience memory loss, depression, stress, and anxiety. Sometimes even healthy teens start believing they have a mental disorder just because they saw it on TikTok.
Important story for parents to hear. Rise in teens on TikTok self-diagnosing themselves with rare mental health disorders, in most cases that they don't have, after watching videos on the social platform.
But it doesn't stop.
Oh yeah, there was a Tourette's thing trend that happened, man. Yeah. There was a Tourette's trend that happened because there were people that had actual Tourette's and people thought it was cool to imitate them. Yeah. Yeah, there were the girl who faked it. Yes, yes, dude. Yeah. They would actually fake like having multiple personality or like bipolar disorder or schizophrenia for attention, and then it turns out they don't actually have it.
At wrong diagnoses. In one bizarre case, teens actually developed physical symptoms.
Teenage girls showing up at their doctor's office with these strange tics, these strange movements.
Yeah, this one. Yep.
Nobody could figure out why.
Doctors were baffled. It took a team of investigative reporters to solve the mystery.
According to a recent Wall Street Journal article, doctors say all the girls have one thing in common. They're watching TikTok videos of people with Tourette's syndrome, which is a neurological disorder that can cause physical tics.
No wonder.
Yeah, and then they induce it. You can induce, because it's a really hard, what is it called? Disorder to diagnose and where it comes from. Sometimes people have theorized that it can be induced as well. The iPad and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race, even worse than being raised by the TV. Kids in the past were raised by TV. It's made tech too easy to use to where kids know less about how to use computers than prior generations. I think there's a layer to that, because there were kids that were raised by a TV, but at the same time, the TV had a finite amount of content, and the issue is that YouTube Shorts, YouTube algorithms, and TikTok algorithms and TikTok Shorts, it's limitless. Like, for me personally, when I grew up, you'd watch TV, and even though we had pay-per-view or whatever it's called, like the one where you could, like, rewind it and skip ahead and add a timetable, it was finite. It wasn't infinite. Like, you had to watch it during certain times of the day. Like, you'd go outside and play, and then you'd come back and you'd watch TV, and then it's over, right? This is like an infinite stream of content. Yeah, DVR. Sorry, I forgot what the word was, but yeah. Yeah, like, you'd have a finite, like, time of watching. You'd have a constant stream of just content all the time. Minecraft tutorials, Minecraft content. How many hours of Minecraft content can you, like, watch alone as a kid? Probably like thousands of hours, if anything.
TikTok is called the worst social media platform of all. It's pure brain rot. This next brain rot problem destroys the innocence of kids. Inappropriate content for kids.
And this is what I hate the most. Yeah, there's actual kids that say they have brain rotted takes on like sex because they saw sex on the internet, and it fucks them up. Yeah.
Kids who spend all their time online don't have to go looking for adult content. It finds them. First, they stumble upon viral memes that might be funny for an adult, but can be extremely harmful for a child. For example, there are plenty of instances of children quoting the Hawk Tua meme without
Yeah, and they don't get it. It's so bad. Yes, they'll be like, Hawk Tua, and it's like, buddy, that's not an appropriate meme for a 5-year-old to say. Excuse me?
Understanding what it means. There's even a children's song about Hawk Tua that stayed up on YouTube Kids for 3 days. We've also seen kids making jokes about P. Diddy and baby oil.
Didn't one of the more famous streamers have to ban P. Diddy and baby oil out of his like chat because little kids would start spamming it constantly? Yeah, they would just start they started banning it because kids couldn't control themselves. Yeah, was it a Case? I thought it was either Case or who was it? I think it was Jinxie maybe as well. I don't know. I don't remember, but one of the more popular ones. Yeah, they have to straight up ban it.
That's not something a child should know about, but inappropriate jokes are just the beginning. Once a kid falls into toxic content, it only gets worse. Some as young as 9 are addicted to mature videos. Others watch real-life gore and fetish content, and this exposure changes them. They start talking and acting differently. Some get so edgy, they want to get physical with the cops.
And then he has to provide his ID.
Yeah, you know what? Y'all know what? The police, the Freemasons suck my...
Although TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter try to filter the worst content, kids still find it because...
No, they don't. They don't try. TikTok only did it because the government started saying something about it. Yeah, no, I absolutely disagree. They don't try. It's that they don't really care because doing it, they do the bare minimum in order to get the feds off their backs. Yeah. Yeah, they don't care. Genuinely, they just don't because it makes them so much money.
They're always online.
Why would they?
Before we explain the next way brain rot is destroying Generation Alpha, there's one question we need to answer. If brain rot content is so bad, why do creators keep making it? Getting rich from brain rot.
Oh yeah.
Brain rot isn't just about too much screen time. It's also about the fast, flashy content kids watch online that messes with their brains.
You can use it in two ways. You could say, that's brain rot. Yes. Or you can say, that video gave me brain rot. Two ways.
While brain rot content is destroying Gen Alpha, it's making those creating it filthy rich. Let's look at the numbers, starting with one of the worst offenders, Cocomelon. Right now, Cocomelon's YouTube channel has 189 million subscribers and 1,000...
I'm sorry, I have to stop. What the fuck is that TTS? What did you just say? TikTok's one of the biggest reasons large part is going by the Chinese Communist Party and its purposes used to rot the brains of kids in the US and Europe by personally targeting the mystery content of all time. Buddy, even if TikTok got banned, YouTube Shorts is the exact same thing and arguably even worse than TikTok. I'm not gonna like, look, I have my own problems with the Chinese, like, Communist Party and stuff, and, like, I have my own opinions. But you are, like, unironically getting propagandized into thinking that. Don't start this, like, oh, it's the CCP's fault. Yeah, that's the CCP's fault. It's just TikTok's the only problem. Guys, YouTube Shorts does even worse. Like, the sexy Minecraft crap? The sexy Minecraft YouTube Shorts? That's the YouTube! TikTok doesn't even allow, like, a lot of the sexy content that YouTube does.
1,400 videos, and those videos have been watched 196 billion times. And every single one of those views puts money in their pockets. However, their biggest payday came in 2021 when the studio behind Cocomelon was sold for $3 billion. But Cocomelon isn't the only show cashing in on brain rot. According to Forbes, the Baby Shark dance video earns around $283,000 each month.
You can buy a house every month. A decent house, too. Every month.
That's about $9,400 a day.
I'm gonna throw up. That's actually such disgusting amounts of money. Holy crap. Yo, Wolfgod, thank you the 5. Thank you so much.
Talk about brain rot shows without Skibbity Toilet. It's a nonsensical YouTube series about toilets with human heads in the bowls, but it gets over 30 million views per video and could earn up to $23 million per year from YouTube alone. But it's not just videos. Even social media platforms are worsening brain rot by making their apps more addictive. Scrolling on TikTok has been compared to playing a slot machine in a casino.
Yeah, it's the same dopamine effect because you're scrolling and scrolling until you find a hit that's on the dopamine slot. It's the same exact thing. Like, really, if you think about it, if you break down what a slot machine does, you swipe until you get the hit. Is there a fucking dog bowl? It looks like a cat bowl because it's got Garfield on it.
Short video gives a tiny hint of dopamine, making users more addicted. Now, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are copying TikTok, pushing short videos to keep people hooked. And it's paying off. Here's a table showing how much social media platforms earn in 2024. It ranges from
$80 billion. That's insane.
$100 million to $80 billion. Despite the warnings, nobody is stopping. If anything, they're doubling down because brain rot is a gold mine. This next problem is serious because it affects Gen Alpha's daily life. A generation that can't communicate.
Oh no. Oh no, YouTube Shorts are making the kids stupid. Oh, here we go.
Watch this video and see if you understand what this kid is saying.
Diddities and diddy men. Keep your phantom high, but Sigma's higher. And remember, it's just alcohol!
Sounds like complete nonsense, right? But believe it or not, this is how many Gen Alpha kids talk now. It's called brain rot slang.
I mean, okay, here's my argument against this, is that there always has been slang. You know what I'm saying? There has been slang before. It's just that I think culturally, it's become so saturated that it seems like it's way worse. Which it is, because it becomes such a God, I'm like mixing up words in my head with English and Russian, but the way a meme starts, it's because of people interacting with it, and the more people interact with a slang, the more slang is created. Because there's more people on the internet as opposed to you going to your schoolyard and just talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it also changes and it evolves, like Phantom Tax and Brain Rot and Skibbity. Like, first it was Skibbity Toilet, now it's just Skibbity. Then it was P. Diddy Parties and all that stuff, and Baby Oil. Because if one thing dies, the next thing replaces it, and it's becoming faster and faster.
WM for my OOTD, but I don't have the proper ring like they tell me I need.
The slang only makes sense if you're deep into
say?
online culture. Otherwise, it's gibberish. It's so frustrating that a TV show host brought her own Gen Alpha son on live television just to explain this bizarre way of speaking.
When you say Skibbity Toilet, what are you talking about? Are you just talking about that? Or is it just a funny thing to say?
But every brain rot word has a meaning.
What does it mean? Skibbity Toilet? I mean, he's trying.
Riz is short for charisma, only in Ohio refers to anything that's strange or random. And skibbity can mean good, cool, bad, evil, or dumb, depending on the context. There are so many of these terms that someone started a brain rot dictionary to keep track. But brain rot slang is not a laughing matter. Many teachers have noticed that kids who speak brain rot struggle to switch back to normal English. It's like...
Oh my god. See... That's where I think it becomes a problem, because we had brain rot and stupid words and like people saying dumb shit like swag or I don't fucking know, like god man, I don't even remember, man. What the hell did people say back in the day? Like even like yeah, YOLO was big. Yeah, like being dope, no cap. I remember when no cap was a thing too. God, everyone would fucking say it constantly. Yeah, like, again, it happened all the time at school, but because we were so chronically online, it kind of faded.
They're forgetting how to talk properly, but at least teenagers can still talk. Toddlers, on the other hand, are losing their ability to speak at all. My mother shared her experience with Cocomelon, one of the worst brain rot shows. My youngest was watching Cocomelon almost every day, and I just thought he was taking a bit longer with his speech. But after I cut it out, his speech picked up almost instantly. He started saying simple words like mama and dada that he hadn't said before.
You're getting spawn capped by a fucking iPad, a non-sentient being. That's crazy.
There's a reason for this. For starters, the scenes in Cocomelon change every 1 to 3 seconds.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1.
It's so fast that kids barely have time to process what's happening on screen. Secondly, the colors in Cocomelon are at maximum saturation, which can overwhelm a child's developing brain. Last but not least, Cocomelon has repetitive songs and high-pitched sounds, all designed to grab and hold a child's focus.
And all of that is happening simultaneously. The child is being overstimulated.
And that
I'm getting overstimulated. What are we talking about? I have ADHD and I'm getting overstimulated from the amount of freaking cuts in the video, man.
overstimulation comes with consequences.
Instead of the child singing along or, you know, rehearsing the lessons in the show, they are just mesmerized by what is happening. All of the different senses that are being stimulated in the moment of watching, and it actually causes them to become nonverbal.
It's a national crisis.
What?
A 2023 survey found that 1 in 5 children were behind with their talking and understanding of words. That's the highest number ever recorded. Talking is how people express themselves. So what happened?
I knew back when I worked during COVID and before I lost my job because of COVID, I knew of a woman that had a kid, and the kid was like, I don't know, like 3 years old. They said to me they stopped watching Cocomelon, but the other big like whammy that kind of also fucked it is the fact that everyone was wearing masks. And because you take away the ability to read lips, because kids don't immediately just start understanding everything, they have to like watch your lips move to mimic the sounds and stuff. It's basic, like, you know, understanding of languages and stuff, but they started having developmental problems because of that. It's crazy. And it's like a double whammy because Coco Melon really popped off during COVID as well.
Happens when an entire generation grows up only knowing how to speak in brain rot. Or worse, what happens when they can't speak at all. Following the cool kids.
Oh shit.
Brain rot has trained Gen Alpha not to think. So when a new TikTok trend goes viral, they don't stop to ask, is this a bad idea? They just jump in, and sometimes it ends in disaster. Take the
Okay, hold on. Before Gen Alpha, there was planking. I remember reading an article long ago, and my teachers made us talk about it in school. Planking, Tide Pods. I forget, there was like another dumb one. Yeah, the cinnamon challenge. Yeah, that thing killed people. Like, planking actually killed people.
Challenge. Kids were
Planking was harmless in comparison? Buddy, no it's not. What are you talking about? What? No, planking killed people. I remember reading a story, and there were several stories of a person planking on the top of a highway bridge, and then they fell down and died. There was one that was they did it in front of a train track, and then they didn't move and they died. There was a couple, like, there's definitely like people dying. It's happened before.
Shoving coins into electric sockets just to make sparks fly, or the devious lick.
Or 4chan pranking stupid people, including kids, into putting iPhones into microwaves because they made a really good photoshopped, believable ad for the iPhone saying that you can recharge it in the microwave. Yeah, I remember that too. That was really funny because actually some dumb woman did do it, and she got on national television. Yeah. That was funny, though. What do you mean? You could die from that? The microwave can explode and hurt you. I'm just saying, people follow stupid trends because they're stupid. Yeah.
Challenge, where kids film themselves stealing from their own schools, and those who got caught got in trouble.
Friend's been expelled from school for riding his scooter after hours and stealing a handicap parking sign from the school.
And worst of
I remember people stole, like, light bulbs out of the school, too.
them all, the blackout challenge. That one was fatal. This isn't just about dumb TikTok trends, it's about an entire generation of kids losing their ability to learn. The dumb generation.
I'm dumb.
Brain rot has messed with Gen Alpha's brains so badly, they can't even study.
We are in a crisis mode in American schools.
On TikTok, videos about Gen Alpha struggling to read have almost 417 million views.
I teach 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
Even the kids who can't.
I saw this TikTok. He was trying to teach them how to spell certain words like water, and they couldn't do it. And you'd say, oh, the kid's trolling. It's like, no, they don't. Kids don't know how to troll teachers at that level. They're like, what, 8 years old? You really think so? No, they're just stupid.
And read can only handle simple sentences or scan headlines, but ask them to read something longer or more complex, they shut down. And then there's the problem of low attention spans.
They can't even attend to a video. They can't even attend to a 3-minute video clip.
That's
I can play it. I can tell them what it's going to be about. I can summarize what the video did, and not a single one can tell me what the video was about.
As if being distracted and unable to read wasn't bad enough, Gen Alpha is also making their teachers' lives miserable.
Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up.
No shot. No way. Bro, if I told shut up to my teacher, I'd get sent to the principal's office and my parents would be like there instantly. They drop everything from work and go over there and beat my ass. No, for real. Like, actually. Immediately. They just like be like, holy crap, my kid did what? Yes, it's a parenting issue. Of course there was like bad kids at my school. I'm not gonna deny that, but like, For me personally, it's the fear of getting into trouble. I'm like, oh shit, yes sir, yes ma'am, of course, absolutely, I will absolutely listen to you. Thank you so much. Yes, I want to learn. Of course, I'll open my pages.
2023 reading and math scores among 13-year-olds in the US fell to their lowest levels in decades. That's solid proof brain rot is destroying the education of an entire generation.
Okay, man, I don't know. Everything's been going down, man.
And we are expecting them to go to college and obtain jobs when they cannot even comprehend basic skills.
Brain rot content won't disappear because it's too profitable, but parents can control what their kids watch, and that choice changes everything. More importantly, kids need time away from their screens. And if you're Gen Alpha and you're watching this, here's my advice. Don't let brain rot ruin your future. Visual Venture. If you guys like this video, you guys would probably like my video on the worst TikTok trends. Thank you guys a ton for being here. Peace.
Chad, parents need to parent. I don't know, skill issue. Skill issue! That was a good video though, got me yapping. Thank you for that. Clappies, go check out Visual Venture. We've watched some videos of his actually before, it's pretty cool. You guys ready for the competency crisis to get a lot worse in the next 10 years? I'm scared because the oldest Gen Alpha, because he said at the start of the video that the first kids born in Gen Alpha were 2010. So in about 4 to 5 years, those kids will become legal adults at 18. How fucked are we, man? Like, realistically, what's gonna happen at that point? How many kids are going to grow up to be assholes that need to be overstimulated constantly? Like, realistically, how many? Probably a lot.